This is Kenya News Update today. 8 soldiers, 8.2 billion shillings of missing meth, and a justice system that just blinked. Coming up, you'll discover how Kenya's biggest drug bust case collapsed in court and what this means for the war on drugs in East Africa. Meet the 8 Kenya Defense Forces soldiers arrested over the disappearance of part of a massive methamphetamine consignment seized in the Indian Ocean. For weeks, they've been held as the key suspects in a 8.2 shillings billion scandal. But here's the twist. The state just let them walk free. Mombasa senior resident magistrate Gladys Alimo ruled that the prosecution had not provided sufficient grounds to justify continued detention. The court rejected the state's argument that it was still waiting for a report from the government chemist. The court cannot be converted into a holding facility when investigations are complete, the magistrate declared. But here's what nobody's talking about. The investigating officer, Isaac Njoroge, told the court they had the file and charges ready. He said after consultations with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, they agreed charges could not proceed without that analyst's report. The report is expected to confirm whether the 24 kilograms of white substance recovered is actually methamphetamine. And then, something shocking happened. The defense argued this was an ambush. They said the decision to charge doesn't depend on the analyst's report. This file ought to be closed, they submitted. The soldiers walked out on a bond of 500,000 shillings each. They must surrender their travel documents. They must report to the investigating officer. They cannot leave the country without court approval. But here's the part that will blow your mind. This all stems from a seizure on October 19, a massive consignment in the Indian Ocean. Part of it vanished, and 8 KDF soldiers were arrested. The prosecution maintained they must comply with legal requirements, but the court said no. 9 weeks of detention, no formal charges, and now freedom. This creates a seismic shift in Kenya's fight against drug trafficking. Some say this is justice. You can't hold people indefinitely without charges. Others say this is a catastrophic failure. 2 shillings billion worth of drugs involved and the prime suspects are free. The tension is palpable in Mombasa. The war on drugs relies on swift, decisive action. But if the state can't build a case in 9 weeks, what does that say about our systems? The report is expected by January 3, but the suspects are already home. The evidence is still being analyzed. The public is left wondering, was this a procedural necessity or a major security lapse? Do you think justice was served, or did the system fail? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news from the heart of Kenya's biggest stories.